Hey everyone, welcome back to our CCNA training, and it is time for us to jump into Packet Tracer, and it's time for us to work with these physical cables that we've been talking about. And I just wanted to compliment everyone. We've been using Packet Tracer for hands-on, and no one's contacted me complaining or freaking out. And I love it. Packet Tracer is just one of the many tools we are going to use to get hands-on. We're going to use what I consider to be the best tool for the best job. As we move through, we don't have any bias towards one hands-on solution or the other. All those trainers out there that are screaming, "This is what you must do for hands-on," phooey. All right, let's jump into Packet Tracer as promised, and let's see some of these cables in action. Let's see how you can work with them inside of Packet Tracer. And what we are going to do is we are going to click on our network devices, and I'll go to routers. Yeah, let's do the 4331, why don't we? So we drop a 4331 into our topology, and let's grab another one. We'll connect them back to back. So there we go, router 0 and router 1. And if you click on this device to go inside of it, notice that we can take a look at the rear of this device. And one of the things that we can do is shut it off. Yeah, so we just click the power off button. Then what we're going to do is we're going to grab a module that can accommodate single mode fiber that we are going to use in this demonstration. So I'm going to take this module and I am going to insert it where it would allow me to do so in this modular device. And we're going to put the fiber optic transceiver right there in this device. All right, so we have added the appropriate transceiver so that we can do fiber optic, and now we'll turn this device on. So I did that to router 1, so let me go and do it to router 0. So we're already in the view we need. We are going to go ahead and grab the appropriate module and drop it in the appropriate place, which I keep forgetting is right there on the back of our device. Excellent. Now, by the way, you can see this in the physical view. And the issue with the physical view, as you can see, is the first thing it does is it brings us like way out of showing us a map of where our data center may be located. You can go ahead and click on this little compass thing here and select rack and jump to the rack so you can see how this equipment would look racked and stacked. And what's pretty neat about this is now we can play with the physical cabling. So if I come down here and I indicate that I want to see all of my physical cables, there is my single mode fiber, and I'm going to connect it into Gigabit Ethernet 002 on this device, and then the gig 002 on this device, and we have done it. We have just gone in and used single mode fiber between these devices. And that's pretty realistic for our data center environment, isn't it? Yeah, that we would have fiber optic cables used making up the backbone inside the data center. Now, one thing you might be wondering about here is, okay, Anthony, that's great. I can see these devices are indeed connected, but what about the status? In other words, we can clearly see that we have LED indicators on these devices. That's the little triangle that's in the red, meaning that these interfaces are not passing traffic. What can we do about that? Well, let's do this. Let's go into this device and let's click on the CLI, and let's go into the CLI here. We can see, look at that record of us inserting the transceiver, pretty neat. And we're going to do enable to get into that privileged mode. And then I am going to show IP interface brief. This is one of our absolute favorite commands in our routers and our switches for Cisco. Show IP interface brief. Now, it's really funny. You would be using this to see the IP addresses that are assigned to your interfaces, but notice I'm not using it that way at all. No. I know that there is no IP addresses assigned here. That's not what I'm looking for with this command. I am looking at the layer 1 and layer 2 status of the interface that we are working with in this video. Yeah, the gig 002 interface. Notice that it is administratively down from a physical standpoint, and therefore layer 2, labeled as protocol in this output, is also down. So down, doobie down. Yeah, that's not good. All right, so watch what we can do. We can go into global configuration mode with configure terminal, conf T for short, and then I can go into that interface, gigabit 002, and I can say no shutdown. And when we do this, we see that the interface is going to change status, and now it is down. Notice not administratively down, but down. Okay, I'm going to save my configuration with copy run star, or if you want to be even quicker, just WR, which stands for write memory, and we have just saved the configuration on this device. Now what we're going to do is go over to, let's see, we were just on router 0. Let's go over to router 1. Let's go to its CLI, and let's say enable configure terminal interface gigabit 002 no shutdown. And look at this, we have a state change to up, so I'm going to end show IP interface brief. And look at this, we have now a pair of interfaces up between these devices. If we go and we check out the physical look at this, we can see, actually it's the logical look at this inside a packet tracer, we can see that the LEDs are now green. We have an up state between these two routers, and this is looking really good. What about passing traffic between these interfaces? Well, sure, we can configure that with ease as well. So let's go into router 0 and let's do that configure terminal. Let's do the interface. In fact, since I need the exact same command I typed earlier, what I'll do is I'll just hit the up arrow on the keyboard and I'll get back to that interface command that I typed earlier. No need to type all that over again. And what I'll do now is I will set up an IP address on this device. I don't know why I'm suddenly typing in all capitals. I'll set up an IP address on this device. Let's give it 10.0.0.1 and a 24-bit mask. If you don't know what any of that stuff means, have no fear. We will cover IP addressing in detail with you. But notice I have applied an IP address and a subnet mask to that interface. And then I have quickly saved this configuration. Well, let's go over to router 1. Why don't we? We're going to do that config terminal. I'll do the up arrow on the keyboard. That'll get that interface command. And I will say IP address 10.0.0.2 and a 24-bit mask. That's great. I'll end, I'll save, and now we'll generate some traffic. I will use the ping utility in order to ping my neighboring router. And we'll do it again just for good measure. And we'll do it again just for good measure. Look at that. We are able to move traffic, no problem, between these devices. Now, what if you wanted to kind of analyze that traffic? In fact, that's real important for us because we're supposed to be working on troubleshooting these physical cables and these interfaces. So we would certainly want to check on traffic. So I'm going to say show interface, and I'm going to mention the interface that we've been working with and passing traffic across. And look at this. Notice we are getting a 5-minute input rate and a 5-minute output rate. We're tracking the number of packets that we receive, and we're looking for errors. Yeah, look at this. Are there errors? Are there runts? Are there giants? Are there throttles? Are there input errors? CRC? All of these are error types that I will be teaching you about. But as you can see, yeah, it looks like we are inputting and outputting packets just fine, and we don't appear to be experiencing any of these errors. Great stuff. So what an important command that was. Just to remind you, it was the show interface command. Show interface and then specify your interface so you can quickly be troubleshooting. Don't forget, everyone, the packet tracer is going to allow you to simulate other types of physical cables. They're all down here. And if you're in a big rush, you can have Packet Tracer help you by automatically selecting an appropriate cable. Watch this. I'll take this 2960 and I'll place it here. I'll place this switch here. I'll then grab the connections tool and I'll grab the automatic connector tool. And now it's going to automatically pick the appropriate media. And in this case, it automatically picked copper to be the connectivity between our router and our switch. And that's wonderful. That's just what we would want. And notice we've just connected the gig 000 to the fast Ethernet 0/1. If you're following along in your own packet tracer, this would be a great time for you to go and configure the interfaces. Practice that. Get them in an up state like we did over here between router 0 and router 1. So it's going to be very, very easy for us to work with physical cabling inside of Packet Tracer and to practice troubleshooting issues with these different types of cables. Thanks so much for joining me in this video.